Welcome to today's mathematics video. Today we are going to look at a very interesting topic, which is a grade 9 topic. And in this grade 9 topic, this will be the lesson number 1. That is how I call it, lesson number 1. And this grade 9 topic, what is it? Topic 1 of syllabus D. It is simply the square roots and cube roots. That is the topic we are going to look at today, and I believe that this topic will be as simple as drinking water, because this topic, it is mostly asked in grade 9, paper 1, section A, multiple choice, also section B is also asked. So if you get to understand it now, then you are up for excellency in your grade 9 examination. Let's begin. Square roots. So we shall start with square roots. We need to understand what a square root is. When we understand what a square root is, then we'll be able to solve any kind of equation that consists or involves a square root. So what is a square root? The square root of a number is a number such that when multiplied by itself gives the original number. So the square root is simply is a number. Okay, a square root of a number is a number such that when multiplied by itself, you get the original number. For example, we are simply saying when 5 is multiplied by itself, we get 25. What it simply means that is when 5 times 5, we get 25. Hence now, it is what we mean by the definition of a square root. Okay, so we are simply saying that 5 is the square root of 25. Because when I multiply 5 times 5, I'm getting 25. And we said from the definition, a square root of a number is a number such that when multiplied by itself, gives the original number. And what is the original number? 25. So now, therefore now we move on to say 25 is the square of 5. Because when I say, okay, let me just write. When I say what is 5 to the power 2, this 2, it is more like we are saying the square. Okay, the square of 25, of 5, it is 25. That is what this statement simply means. Then we are simply saying 25 is the perfect square of 5. 25 is the perfect square of 5, meaning that 5 can go into 25 without leaving a remainder. That is what it means, perfect square. There is no any remainder, but it is clean and clear. Okay, now, before we look at the example, note, I've put something here for you to note. Note that 25 to the power 1 over 2 is equal to 5. Okay, 25 to the power 1 over 2 is equal to 5. This simply symbolizes that the square root, if I want to put the square root of 25, instead of putting 1 over 2, I simply put this square root, then I have my answer. This attached to this one simply means that if I say 25 to power 1 over 2, this is same as square root of 25. That is what they mean there. Okay, so now when I say square root of 20, when I say put this information like this, I say the square root of 25, meaning that the square root of 25 is going to be 5. That is how you work out this one. So the question may come in this format, but for you to be able to solve it, write it in this way. Then it means that you are going to solve your answer correct. You are going to find the answer correct. In other words, what it simply means is that if I have 25 to the power 1 over 2 is equal to, simply means that this 2, it is a square root there of 25 raised to power 1, this power 1 there. So what number can I multiply 2 times and I'll be able to get 25? And that number, of course, it is going to be 5 times 5. My answer is 25. Okay, 5 times 5, my answer is 25. And they're saying that if I find the number, I raise it to power 1. And when I simplify this, that will be my final answer. We know 5 to the power 1, it is simplified. So the square root of 25, it is 5. That is how you work out this one. This is how the notification means. So we can put this also into writing, put it into notification there. Okay, now let us come to the example. Let us look at the example. For any non-zero positive integer, Okay, any non-zero positive integers, it can be any number, a, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, any positive integers. Note that. Don't put a negative. Once it's negative, then everything changes. So here we are simply talking of positive numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are positive integers. Okay, so now we are simply saying that square root of a over b, remember this is a fraction. Now we are saying these are numbers, positive numbers. A over b, it is same as square root of a over square root of b. So this simply means that if you are given one square root and you have a fraction inside, you can split this, find the square root of a first and find the square root of b, then you simplify your work. That is how you work out this one. So in other words, we are simply saying let a is equal to 9 and b is equal to 49. Then find square root of a over b. So where there is a, we are going to replace with 9, and where there is b, we are going to replace with what? With 49. Then we simplify our work, and we shall be able to find the answer. Okay, so now let us do our working just here. So this, please pause the video and copy the notes and make sure that you are up to date with the work. Okay, let's work it from here. Let's create some space just under here. Let's create some space under here. Okay, so we are going to work this just here. We are going to say solutions for the example. Okay, number 1 or Roman numeral 1. That is Roman numeral 1. Okay, so what are we saying here? They are telling us that we need to be able to solve a over b, where, okay, they have told us that where a is equal to 9 and b is equal to 49. So this statement simply means where there is a, I put 9, and where there is b, I put 49. Then I simplify by using this concept which is here. So it was going to be 9 over 49, but the square root stands there. Now this one I can simply work, we can work it like square root of 9 over square root of 49. Okay, square root of 49. Now the square root simply means that what number can I multiply 2 times and I'll be able to get 9, and what number can I multiply 2 times and I'll be able to get 49, and that number should be a single number. Don't say 7 times any number. No, it's supposed to be 7 times 7, I get 49. 3 times 3 times 3, I get. So that is what they are talking about. Don't say 3 times 6. 3 times, no, that is not what they are talking about when we talk of the square root. So in this scenario, we are simply going to say, what is the square root of 9? Okay, so we are simply saying the square root of 9 in this case, it's going to be 3. Okay, so it will be 3. What is the square root of 49? It is 7. So 7 times 7 we get 49. 3 times 3 we get 9. Hence this now becomes the working and the answer that they are talking about here. Then it will be done like that. As you can see, this is a proper fraction, hence you can leave it there. And if 7 can't go into 3 and 3 can go in 7, but we'll leave a remainder. So we better leave it there. And we are done with this way. So this is how you answer questions when they come in square root format like this. Hopefully I've made this one clear. Now let us move to Roman numeral number 2 here. Roman numeral number 2. They are simply saying that given square root of a times b, we can also write this one in form of a square root of a times square root of b. We have just split them. So we just split them so that to make your work easy. Okay, so now they are telling us that if I multiply 100 times 9, I get 900. So find the square root of 900. That's what they are asking us. So the only way here to solve this one is to write in this format first. Okay, we split it in this way now. Then it means that we'll be able to answer the question without fail. Okay, so let us do Roman numeral number 2. Okay, Roman numeral number 2. Roman numeral number 2. Okay, question number 2 here. They are simply telling us that square root of a, okay, square root of a times b is same as square root of a times square root of b. Now, when you are given 100 times 9 is equal to 100, find the square root of 9. So here we are simply they're asking us to find the square root of 900. So how do I find the square root of 9? What are the two numbers when I multiply them, I will get 900. They have already told us here that when I multiply 100 times 900, I'll get 900 times 9, I'll get 900. So this one you can write it in this manner as well. 100 times 9. Instead of writing, you can write it like this, you get your answer. So in other ways, we are simply saying, you can split this now and say square root of 100 times the square root of 9. What is the square root of 100? What are two numbers I can multiply and I'll be able to get 100? That is 10. 10 times 10 is 100. Okay? Plus times square root of what? Of 9. 3 times 3, it is 9. So it is 3. Now what is 10 times 3? 10 times 3, it gives us 30. So 30, it is the answer for this one. So 30, the square root of 900, it is 30. So this is another way you can work out the square root, especially if they come in this format. Hence, the work will be easy. You shall see how the examination questions come of this kind of question. So this is a concept I expect you to apply when a question like this is asked. Okay, good. So this is how we end on the square root. Next, it will be practical work. Okay, please watch the video constantly so to get the concept. If you don't understand the first time you watch it again. Watch it again and again until you get the concept. Therefore, now you can call this a done deal. Okay, so please, now let us move on to cube root. Okay, cube root. The cube root of a number is a number such that when multiplied by itself thrice or 3 times, when multiplied by itself thrice or 3 times, okay, or 3 times, gives the original number. So we are simply saying that a cube root is when a number, you multiply that number, let's say 2, you multiply 2 times 2 3 times, the answer you get now, it is the original. So 2, it is simply the cube root. Now let us come and look for the examples here. Let's say when 3 is multiplied 3 times, we get 27. When 3 is multiplied 3 times, we get 27. That is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, we get 27. That is what we are talking about here. So when we multiply 3 times 3 times 3, we get 27. Hence now, this simply means 3 is the cube root of 27. So 3 is the cube root of 27. 27 is the perfect cube of 3 because 3 can go into 27 without leaving a remainder. So 27 is a perfect cube of 3. Then 27 is the cube of 3. 27 is the cube of 3 because when I say 3 to the power 3, I will be able to get 27. Okay, that is what they mean. Now, the symbol for cube root, it is simply the square. You put the square root, and here instead of putting 2, we are going to put 3. That symbolizes the cube root. Once you see the 3 there, just know that we are talking of the cube root. Remember, on the square root, we have a symbol which is, of course, like this, or you can write it in this manner. You put a 2 there. This statement simply means whatever number is here, I should find a number. When I multiply it 2 times, I get what is inside. Same applies here. Whatever number will be inside, I should find a single number. When I multiply it 3 times, I'll get what is inside there. And that is the cube root. That is how we find the answer. So they are simply saying, note that 27, 1 over 3, it is the same as 3 cube root of 27 is equal to 3. So instead of me, if a question is written like this, you can transform this and write it in this manner. Okay, in this manner, this simply means look to the power 1 because there's 1 to the power 1. Look for a number that you can multiply 3 times and you get 27. And what number is that one? That number, it is your final answer, which is 3. Or you can use an alternative way. You can simply say, what number can I multiply 3 times and I'll get the answer 27. If I say 3 times 3 times 3, I'll get 27. Hence now 3 to the power 3, I have 27, and therefore 3, it is my final answer. In other words, that is how you work out these cube roots without any difficulties. Now, let us see the examples. Evaluate for a square root of 400. Now, this is a square root and these are cube root. Now, questions come in this format. These are examination questions of examination, ECZ examination question. So now let's say solutions. Let's work it out here. The first one, solutions. Question number 1. Question number 1, they're asking us to evaluate the square root of 400. They're asking us to evaluate the square root of 400. Now, we know that 400 can be multiplied. We can find 400 by simply saying 100 times 4, isn't it? We can simply find 400 by simply saying this is same as 100 times 4. 100 times 4, we get 400. Okay, so now, in other words, when we write it in this manner now, use the method we have learned. Now, come and write this same thing. You are going to split it. 100, square root of 100 times square root of 4. Square root of 100 times square root of 4. So what will be my final answer here? Now we are simply saying, what is the square root of 100? The square root of 100 is 10. Okay? Times, what is the square root of 4? What are two numbers? When I multiply them, I get 4. 2 times 2 is 4. So the answer is 2. Now what is 10 times 2? 10 times 2, we have 20. So this now, 20, it is the square root of 400. If I multiply 20 times 20, I will get 400. That is the whole concept. So this comes in paper 1, of course. You find it in grade 9, ECZ paper 1. So these videos are mostly intended to help grade 9, grade 11, and grade 12, people who are sitting for GCEs as well. That is ECZ, meaning Examination Council of Zambia, and they are doing syllabus D. So this will help, this video will help such kind of people. If you feel you need extra help, this is the right channel for you to subscribe and like and comment, and quick response will be given to you to help you instantly. Now, question number 2, since we know how to find the question number 1, which is evaluate 400, now let us see how to find question number 2. Calculate the value of cube root of 64. Simple. So we are simply saying cube root of 64, question 2. So what is the cube root of 64? What is that single number? When I multiply itself 3 times and I'll be able to get 64. What is that number? Is it 2? When I multiply 2 times 2 times 2, am I getting 64? No, I'm not. When I multiply 3 times 3 times 3, am I getting 64? No, I'm not. I'm getting 27. When I multiply 4 times 4 times 4, am I getting 64? Obviously, yes. So we are going to say, in this scenario, I'm going to say, what is 4 times 4 times 4? 4 times 4, it is same as 64. So now my 4, this is a cube root, of course. It means that I look for a number, I multiply 4 times, and that number that I multiply 4 times, if it's giving me this one, that is my final answer. So we are simply seeing, then we come and say, my final answer for this one, it will be 4. Because when I multiply 4 times 4 times 4, I'm getting that answer. So hence, that is how you work the cube root. Without stress, hence you find your answers. So we move on to question number 3. So allow me to erase the first part here. So we do question number 3. Okay. Question number 3, we do it from here. Okay, question number 3. Okay, question number 3 simply says we should find the value. Question number 3, we are finding the value of cube root of 8 plus square root of 16. Now that we know how to find the cube root of a number and we know how to find the square root of a number, then now they'll mix the two and put an operation which is addition. When you find the cube root of this one and the cube root of this one, add and find your final answer. Same applies here. We will see what we did. We found the square root of 100 and the square root of 4. Then we multiplied and we get that. That is the same scenario here. So we're going to say, what number can I multiply 3 times and I'll be able to get 28? That is 2 times 2 times 2 plus 2 times. This is the same as that one. What number can I multiply 2 times and I'll be able to get 16? That is, okay, let me write my square root properly. Okay, that is 4 times 4, which is 16. So now we have this. Now let us simply write. We know when I'll get 2, which will give me 8. So 2 plus, I'll get 4 there, which is 4. 2 plus 4, I have 6. So when I multiply, when I add this cube root of 8 plus square root of 16, I'll get 6 as my final answer. So that is how you work out these simple questions. Cube root and square root. So we are done with lesson number 1. Please don't miss lesson number 2 because it will be of interesting factor. Now we are moving, we are progressing. And please, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do subscribe so that the next lessons will be easier for you and you'll be able to get the notification bell each time I post a new video. And I would only advise you to comment on the comment box. If there's anything that you need me to help you with, comment so I get to know how best I can help you to overcome mathematics. Remember, we are overcomers and we are going to overcome each and every examination that we write in mathematics. I'm here to help you and I will definitely succeed. God bless and enjoy the rest of the time.